Alright, so yeah, obviously, like, to no one's surprise, I didn't defeat Telethi in this file, so the thing is still active. What's this down here? Hello? Maybe there's a tyrant in this area that I need to defeat that I haven't yet. That's fine. Just want to go visit Telethia really quickly. You can quick jump in this game, right? I'll just quick jump back to NLA and pick some people up. Is this oh, oof. This place. The Tainted Place. What was that place called? Because I have lore for... I've given an entire reason for why the Tainted exist. I've explained what they are, why they are what they are, you know, and everything. I have that all answered. It's just that because I haven't been writing enough lately, I haven't actually been able to write that out. But I have my answers for that. Since, you know, I mean, I don't know if the game gave a reason as to why the Tainted are the Tainted, or if they just exist like that. I'm not gonna say the game didn't, because maybe it did and I forgot. But like I just went ahead and created a reason. So I can explain why they exist. I can explain what created them. I can explain what they do, and yeah. Divine Roost overpowers skill music. Hey, there he is. Check it out. Found him. Oh, I'm at the roof. I hit the ceiling of the game. It's just here they are. They're aggressive. Okay. That was what I was gonna say, but I didn't know. Because once again, there's flavor text in different little corners of the game that is handy, but it's like, or like NPCs, you talk to them, they tell you something that's like, oh, that's kind of something I kind of wish I knew like 6 years ago. Yeah, there he is, this motherfucker. I just flew with Telethia for a little bit. Now, is it in the tree in the center that you... Oh, and there's this fucker too. Who are you? Fragile, the Purgatorial. Is it in this tree that the little baby Telethia is? The one that Loon uses for her stuff? Well, I call it a tree, but I think I should actually call it by what it actually is. It's an abomination. I would never classify this as a tree. It's scary. I am Gizang, last survivor of the 100 Hellions, and inheritor of my massive sword. I draw it now! Damn it, I feel like it was implied that the dark matter from the Vita corrupted the life in that area, but I don't think anything was said outright about the Tainted. Oh, that's an EP. Yeah, well, my headcanon has something to do with that, basically. And the only reason why I think that is because the dark matter is purple, and all the Tainted glow purple, so I'm like, related. It's like that meme. It's like I've connected them. You ain't connect shit. I've connected them. That's how I feel about it. Like I've absolutely figured it out. But it would be weird if L did know about them because the Vita only crashed on in Dead Man's Gulch, presumably at the start of the game, which by the time you start playing the game, I think 2 months have passed. So like I mean, I guess L found out about them in the 2 months since then. Assuming, I don't know. Game's weird. Man, that bug's in here, right? Joker. There he is, that motherfucker. Yep. Alright, how do let me see if I can quick jump back to LA. Oof. Yeah. I'm wearing long pants. I have socks on. I'm wearing my jacket because it's so cold. But now all of a sudden it got really warm and I don't like it. Yeah. All right, we're back home. How do I get out of this thing? Who's outside? Is it the same people or do they swap? Oh, now Pongo's here instead. Hi, Pongo. Is there anyone I can look up on the barracks that I might know? Hmm. Who was the guy who was in chat for a little bit and then left? That's excellent. I don't know if he's here. Alright, it costs money to... I mean, money. That's such an issue in this game, isn't it? How much do I have? 44,879,125. Alright, here we are. Loading time is a lot faster to get in. I've been scouted. No! Someone's stalking me.
Stay sharp.
Hey, I named the fic that. Y'all remember that one? And hey, look, the fanfic came to life. Just the two of them. Just like the fic. It's gonna be like that for a while. Just a little bit longer. Not really. Alright, let's see what I got here. I could jump in this guy just for old time's sake. I don't really need to use it. Alright, what else we got? We'll give Elma grape juice. I'm sure she has a great sense of humor when it comes to that. Respect. Oh right, Cruz's training thing. Yeah, that was the start of the original universe of fanfics. I think then after that one came Janix, I think, where she was introduced. This thing's kind of awesome. The Ares has always been awesome. How do I get out again? So where's the cockpit on this one? Because all the other ones, their cockpits slide out. It's the pods. Like right there. Does someone have a pod somewhere that I'm not seeing? Because, I mean, they don't even show it when Lao gets in it. So I guess they don't even know where the pod is. Like, it picks him up and then all of a sudden he's inside of it. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, that makes sense. Like, unless I'm stupid, I'm misremembering that. To be honest, I try to forget everything about Chapter 11 because I hate Chapter 11. Alright, we'll get Pongo this time. Bastion Warrior. And then we'll also get Fade again. Why not? She has a Javelin. Javelins are cool. Oops. I already said Scout. Why do you need to make people say Scout again? How dare you? She's a mastermind. The Ares in the fic is the original. So the way that I saw it is that Elma and Aeon came to Earth with their Ares from Watcher World, which it doesn't have a name. At least I don't think I ever named the planet yet. But we had two Ares that had this advanced tandem drive system where they could fuse into the tandem Ares, which is the one we know from the opening of the game. It's the super powerful one, super overpowered one. And then they separate again after that. What Elma has post-time skip, because the Ares got damaged after it crashed, and so she can't use it. The Ares got damaged as a result of Starfall, and it is not fixed by the time... It's not fixed until after they defeat Luxar. So that's my explanation of why she doesn't use it during the events of the story. It's in the drive, in the hangar being worked on, in place of the Prague Ares. So in the universe of the fic, the Ares being repaired... In the universe of the fic, they were never building the Prague Ares. They were fixing Elma's Ares in my fic. And it doesn't get stolen in Chapter 11 because Lao's dead and he's not around to steal it. Or maybe it does get stolen. Maybe the Rothians steal it instead of stealing the Vita. No, wait, no, they steal the Vita. So they have no reason to steal the Ares. Unless they steal them both. Look, I avoided the events of the game for this very specific reason, because I knew it'd be tricky to explain why it is that some things happen differently, and how the end of the game occurs with Lao dead on Earth, and not around to plunge Luxar into the soup. I will come maybe I'll come up with an explanation of it for Soul Voices, but for right now, the explanation is... Hey, look at that tree over there. Doesn't it look weird? It's a very weird looking tree. So we're gonna go to Sylvalum now, because there's someone in Sylvalum I want to go find. I just don't know where he is. Wait, no, I want to keep writing. Okay, the really cool one that's on screen for 2 seconds in the intro. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, it's a tricky thing to try to get around explaining, but I'm sure if I sit down and I write out the events of the game, and then I write out the events of my fic, and I'm like, well, where can I have some overlap, and what are things I absolutely need to change? So, like, the ending, obviously, it has to be super different, because they don't fight the Lao Chimera, because Lao's not around to turn into a Chimera. But the events of the core were portrayed in one of the chapters recently. Not recently. When did I do it? But I wrote out the fight against the Chimeras in the Lifehold core, because that still happens. Luxar still breaks into the Lifehold core. He still damages it. It causes the Chimeras to be born. So that part still happens. It's what happens after that and until the game ends that is very different, because Lao's gone. I mean, luckily no one's called me petty yet, although I'm totally expecting it. It's like, because I understand that, yes, I don't try to hide the fact that I don't like Lao. I make it very obvious. And killing him off on Earth was partly because I didn't like him, but also partly because, I mean, if I really didn't like him, I wouldn't have put him in the fic at all. But I was like, well, I need someone, and I felt like I could use Lao very effectively as like an antagonist for the first part of the story. So I was like, yeah, I think I can do that with him. I'm gonna do that with him, and I actually liked it. In a bizarre way, I liked writing Lao in the first part of the story, because I got to write him as what I imagined him to be, which is a kind of crazy, like a guy just driven insane by his loss kind of thing. And he acts out in nonsensical, like he doesn't, like his approach doesn't make sense. It's like it's illogical, but it makes sense that it's illogical. was that thing that I just killed, actually? Didn't look like a prone to me. These guys are always posing. For what he's done in canon, that's very understandable. Yeah, I mean... part of me doesn't want to get into it, but another part of me wants to explain myself so it doesn't come off as just overly negative. Because it's not. I mean, I'm having fun running around, killing enemies every so often, just exploring this place, because it's still fun. It still looks good, it's fun. I'm not going to complain about that. I think the lion's share of my issues with Xenoblade X are probably just derived from its narrative. And that's about it. Like, gameplay-wise, there's not much I can complain about. A lot of people do say that the scale combat is kind of unbalanced, and I could see that, I guess. It's never really been an issue for me, because I just like fighting on the ground more. I just don't like that there's like some enemies that you kind of have to fight them in scale, but then again, people figured out how to fight everything on the ground, because they found out how to break the game so much that they can fight anything on the ground, and it's pretty impressive. Like, how do you fight Telethia on the ground? How do you fight, what's his name? The gigantic creature in Cauldros that only appears when it's raining lava. How do you fight that thing on the ground? Like, people figured it out because they do it. They have methods of fighting it on the ground. I just don't understand how they figured it out. Kind of stuff is trippy. What was I saying? I was gonna talk something about WoW or something about the narrative choices of the game just confusing me. I mean, his loss is shared among so many other people, so yeah, exactly. Like, full disclosure, something I definitely screwed up on in my fic, and I didn't hit up on it enough. I do intend to hit up on it in the future, but it's something I should have hit up on already, was Irina and the loss of her brother, I think? Was it her brother that died? I think it was. I forgot his name. But I haven't really dived into it, like, at all. And I should have. But I do intend to for Soul Voices, for, like, Irina-centric chapters. I'll have some look into how she responds to that and how she's been dealing with it. Leon, yeah. So I will admit that that's an oversight on my part. That was totally accidental. But by the time I realized that I need to kind of introduce him, or like introduce that part of her, because one of my issues with writing the story that I forget is that I write it under the assumption that everything that happened in the original universe of Fix is understood, but it's not. So I actually had to rewrite the opening of the first chapter a bunch of times to explain what the lawless sectors are, because originally, when the chapter started, I just said it like it was understood information. Because from my perspective of having written all the other fics, it is. But because Xenoblade Chronicles Mirror is a new canon that's just taking elements of the old one, I need to reintroduce everything. So I added extra blurbs of what the lawless sectors are, what the Reapers are, how the megacities formed, what the megacities do. But I didn't even explain how. Once again, this is something I'll have to hit up on Soul Voices, because it's something the characters have kind of talked about in the past in Xenoblade Chronicles Mirror, where they talked about missions and fighting together. And you're like, hang on, the world is united in its attempt to survive the coming apocalypse, essentially. So who are they fighting? Like, what were these missions that Elma was going on with Lau and Doug in the past that they were working together? What's the military training for? Who were they fighting? How are these soldiers so decorated? Like, who, what, where, when, how, and why? And I'm like, there was a, how do I explain it? There was a war, like, there was a final, last human war that happened before the events of Xenoblade Chronicles Mira, after humanity found out about the, what was it? The message. Oh, I got an achievement. Unifold Smasher. Which is what exactly? Did I kill 100 of them? But there was the message came down. It's like, oh, the aliens are coming. They're gonna blow everything up. We need to work together and do this. And then, of course, some governments and countries of the world wanted a monopoly on that information and a monopoly on the alien technology that landed in the one specific world. And so they were like, well, we're gonna fight you and we're gonna take it from you. And so before they could start getting work on on shit, what's it called?
Well, that was a
On
really
Exodus.
one.
Before Elma could even do anything in regards to Exodus, there was a war that had to be fought between people just who wanted the power of this alien technology and people who were like, we kind of have to live. And so that was where a lot of people got their war expertise. That's where the war heroes were born. That's where Elma started making her name behind the scenes, like as a human, participating in that war and trying to get people to stop fighting. A lot of good that did. And that's why the lawless sectors are in ruins. Because while it's true that the idea of the lawless sectors is that they were originally normal human cities that everybody left to gather into megacities, it doesn't explain why they fell to ruin. Why the buildings are so dilapidated, like they were destroyed by something. Because they were. They're the remnants of the last war. And then by the time the fix starts in 2050, the war is over, and everybody is either working together, or some of the factions reach an agreement where they're allowed to do what they want. And that's why we have some people creating arc ships like the White Whale with the brain memory storages in them, the lifeful cores, and some people creating arc ships that actually have people sleeping cryogenically in them. Like Elma says at the end of the game, that some of the countries did do that, but the ones that didn't have enough space for enough people. So the ones that had physical people on them were able to save like 100,000 or something, whereas the ones that had data on them was millions. So, yeah, it's not really a spoiler because it's stuff that happens before, like early on, and it's stuff that I'm gonna flesh out a lot more and write a lot better. So believe it or not, that means Lao will be coming back in Soul Voices. We'll have some chapters where he's there before he goes crazy as a good guy, just a war grunt fighting alongside Doug and Elma during the last war. So I think that'll be something interesting to explore from a character's perspective, even if it's a character I don't like. Isn't this is a Zoofarg, right? That you destroy in chapter 10? This thing's cool. Is this water or ice? I think this is water. I mean, then again, this is not the snow region, even though it looks like it's white sand. Gosh, the Sylvala music is great. Yeah. That's what the sectors are. The people out in the sectors are either people who still disagree with the choices made, and I still want to reclaim the technology for themselves, but they have no power to do it, so they just commit petty acts of terrorism, and by people who just gave up. Most people who live in the lawless sectors are either rogue terrorists or just people who lost all faith, and that's about it. Gosh, the music is so good here. I love this place.
Out of our way. How big is that?
Bewitched glaive, receding rust. Yeah, I got it.
Let's move it.
Got the all-important super sword.
We made it! Thank goodness.
Pongo's voice is honestly a lot deeper than I thought it would be. But I mean, you only have so many voices you can pick. Like, the emotion I want to get is when people hear Janix's voice, they're like, that's actually a lot higher pitched than I expected, which is correct. Her voice is supposed to be deeper, more mature sounding. But once... Okay, I mean, Kira Buckland, I respect her a lot. I've followed her for years. Oh, these fucking pieces of shit. You know what they deserve? You know what these things freaking deserve?
Mess with me and you get the imposter again. Nice job. Anyway, moving on.
That's what they deserve.
Attack at range. Follow my
These fucking pieces of shit. can't even target that one until the fight activates.
Oh, great.
I guess since Loon just recruited Janix not long ago, maybe she can tell me if her voice is still the same or if it's a deeper voice.
Anyway, moving on.
Because I did have her with a deeper voice for a bit. Same with Cruz. I actually changed Cruz's voice because I didn't look like I actually. You know, in a happier AU, Alicia and Janix are kicking mortal butt together. Hell yeah! Yeah, live stream chat full of sadness. But yeah, I don't know. I just think Pongo's voice is deeper than I imagined it to be. Because he's like he comes up as like, well, I mean, he doesn't come off like he is a super nice guy, super friendly. So like I always just imagine him being like sounding cheerful at all times. Then again, maybe he is supposed to sound like that, and that was just the closest voice they could get. Because yeah, you know, there's only so many voices you have in this game. For Cruz, to be honest, I did not like the voice I gave Cruz. I had Cruz with his voice. Like I think I played Cruz's file for like 300 hours. For like 250 of those hours, he had the what is it called? It's the voice like easy peasy. That's one of the quotes, one of the test quotes when you hear the voice. Gosh, I don't remember what the voice is called. But he had that voice, and I'm like, that doesn't fit him at all. But I used it because when I initially created Cruz, I wasn't creating a character, I was creating a stand-in for me. And I was like, I guess I could go with that voice. Maybe it sounds nicer. So I went with it, but once I actually fleshed out Cruz in fanfic writing, I'm like, well, that voice doesn't fit him at all. So I actually changed, because I think now his voice is the intelligent sounding voice. I can't remember what like the actual name of it is called. Smart guy voice, which sounds suave, but once again, that's also not really Cruz. Cruz is anything but suave. If you read any of the fics with him in it, you know he's not that at all. He's kind of a nervous mess of a person, I guess. When you first meet him on, and through the events of the story, he becomes more resolute and serious.
They've spotted us.
I mean, he's married now. He has a wife. He has a kid. So he's definitely much more resolute and serious now.
Well, that was a rough little warm-up.
But yeah, in the early story, I imagine him sounding a lot more nervous at all times. Gaur the Precept Keeper. Oh no, Swab Cruise. That's not a thing that exists. There it is.
It didn't have to be like this.
Ready? Let's move it. Field. We've got the edge. I know. Take this. Head out. Melee attack.
I've been waiting to lash out.
Defense destroyed. Move in and
Oh, it's dead already. Oh, there's some stuff down here that needs to die.
well, that was a rough little warm-up.
I think I just got an achievement. Nosali Hitman. And let me take a look at these guys actually while I'm here. Because I like them, Nosali. I think they're cool. How do I raise the camera? Can you raise the camera? Gosh, they are tall. Were the Nosali always this tall? Holy shit. I never knew that. I mean, I probably did. It's just been a long time. Unless this specific unit is just bigger. Huh, they're tall. Yeah, he has a rocking kiddo. Go Erde, I think is his name. Is call and go. Oh right, yeah, actually. Is that it? Huh. Ooh, pretty. This is the freaking best region of the game. You know, I take it back. I mean, Noctilum is a very close second, but this place is freaking fantastic. Even though it's terrifying also. The first time, when I was first playing through Xenoblade Chronicles X, I did not want to go to any of the other regions until the story told me to, because I wanted to save exploring them for the first time. I wanted it to be a big thing. So when I recruited Hope, or when I was trying to recruit Hope, her mission required going to Cauldros, and I'm like, but I'm gonna spoil Cauldros and Sylvalum for myself at the same time, like immediately. Of course, this is back when I didn't realize how big the regions actually were. So I went to... So, okay, like... Why, if I may ask? This is probably a question I think people have been asking since Xenoblade Chronicles X came out. Why is Hope, can you get her recruitment mission like 10 hours into the game, why is her mission in Cauldros? Why did they put it there? That makes no sense. Like, the level requirement is so low, too. If anything, I would have jacked up the level requirement, which would have made Hope one of the last members you get, which would have been odd, too, but at the same time, if you're gonna put her in Cauldros, then make the challenge harder, I guess. I mean, the hardest part was just getting there, because you can't skip travel to Cauldros until you've been there. So you need to run, because it was also before you get Skells in the game. So it's actually probably the longest run I think anyone does in the game is to go from NLA to Cauldros. I mean, at most you could maybe skip travel to the coast of Primoria, but then you still have to swim to I recruited Hope. Oh, you did? Really? That's interesting. I recruited all the characters during the game except for Mia, because I actually didn't know Mia was recruitable. But for Hope, when I got to Sylvalum, there was a spore storm going on, so I was running across Sylvalum, like straight line from entrance to exit, and I couldn't see anything. But like, can you imagine running through Sylvalum for the first time ever, not being able to see anything, and every so often an enemy comes into your view range, and they're like level 60, or you're just running and then the Z-Dom flies by past you? It was terrifying. It was horrible running through Sylvalum that early in the game. The good thing though, like, the odds of having a spore storm the first time I go through Sylvalum is pretty bad, but it was actually, I appreciated it because it prevented me from actually seeing Sylvalum. So I cut through Sylvalum and got to Cauldros, having seen very little of Sylvalum. So when I actually returned to Sylvalum for like the story or something, I actually seeing it like for the first time, and I was like, wow, this place is amazing.
They spotted us.
Ready? Let's move it. Overwhelm. Balance framer. Take it. An opening. Blast it. Sniper barrel. Cannon barrel.
That's intention. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Shots the nerve. Move in and throw.
Combat Nismo!
Come on.
We're slowing down. Time to make us unstoppable.
He joining in? You want to come in too?
Trigger.
Want to have some fun?
Private Hunter. Under trail.
Ooh, Paige took quite a hit. I mean, I keep calling her Paige. I'm just used to Paige. Paige is like the other character of Omega's that I know the best. Then I think she was the second one he created, so that's probably why. Like, I do remember when he created Fade. It's just I forget about her all the time. Like, not for bad reasons, I just forget.
Melee attacks.
I know. Take one field.
Top the edge.
Sniper barrel. Festive
Where's my gauge? My TP gauge. Oh, there it is. I see it. Who are you aiming at? Is he... Oh, he's probably aiming at Elma. Or at Grape Juice, I mean.
We made it! Thank goodness!
Oh yeah. I was actually, yeah, that was actually something that I wish I knew when I was first playing the game, because then I wouldn't have freaked out so much. Also, like, isn't this the place with the giant sandworms for some reason? Gosh dang. Silverloom just sucks. It's so pretty, the music's fantastic, but gosh dang, this place is terrible.
They spotted us!
Is this... Oh shit.
Spotted us!
Not in the mood.
Mess with me and you get the imposter cannon. I figured you'd win.
So how do you pause the game? Because does this actually pause it? No, it does not. I think I can just stand here and nothing will attack me. Actually, I should get out of my skull so that if a Zedong comes by, it doesn't, you know, aggro. Hopefully nothing attacks me. I need to quickly go away for like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Yeah, that freaking that Nopon, so long, sexy friend. Good times. Yeah. Ellie as a measure. Yeah, I didn't even know the Masali were that tall. I think here's the issue though. Also, the game does not do an accurate representation of Janix's height because for some stupid reason, I mean, it's not a stupid reason. I guess I get it. I just don't like it. The female and male avatar bodies have different built-in heights. So like a base female body is shorter than a male body, so a 100 female body is shorter than a male 100 body. So if I was to give Janix more accurate height, I would like her to be male 100, so she would be like the tallest male that there is, tallest male size. Cause she's tall. She's Janix. The easiest way to summarize how Janix looks is she's an Amazon. She's tall and just big and built.
Cheers then!
Cause that's like the easy way to describe Janix's physique. And so, because I can't do that in game, it makes me very sad. super buff, super tall. Yeah, essentially.
Invite me again, okay?
Oh, bye. Everyone's leaving. Oh, I remember now. Located in Silvam, southeast of the Hale Meadow. Oh, there it is. Where I want to go is pretty far south, so back the way we came. Just shows how much I know about this game. The Ares looks really cool. No denying that. How do you get in an Ares though? I know I asked this before, but I'm very curious. The way I imagine it is that the chest actually opens up completely. Like as opposed to the how the other ones have the little built-in pods that retract into the chest. It's this one's chest just opens up and there's a seat in there or something. I don't know. Oh, there it is! The worm! I found it! Worm! Worm!
Drag up close for an adrenaline boost.
Worm! Shoot it! Is it not in range? How do you attack this thing? There we go. Got it. Atreides the Distinguished. Isn't this the one that you kill it or you injure it and then the second one pops up?
Come on, shoot! The torrent inflow! Now, melee attacks. I know! Take this! Crippling the target! Follow up! Ah! Just like that, huh? Mess with me and you get nailed. Hit him with ranged attack.
Yeah, he's calling the other one now.
Move in and keep the rhythm going. Reinforcements. Watch out.
There it is.
Hope you're ready for this.
Now, melee attacks.
Where is it? It's like Twin Mold, I just realized. It's actually pretty awesome. It's still alive? Just die.
Hit him with ranged attack.
Crippling the target. Follow up. Deploying field. We've got the edge.
Got it. Gesserith the Wild Worm.
Deploying field. We've got the edge. Crippling the target. Follow up.
That hurts, you
Just
sir.
like that, huh?
Gesserith the Wild Worm. Gosh, it is a wily one, that's for sure. Deals thermal damage and inflicts blaze. Deals physical damage from the front, boost damage. What's the front of this thing exactly? Oh, right. That's actually really something that I wish... Do the other Xenoblade games have that? The little things that tell you where you are in relation to the enemy? Because those are really nice. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. I was actually going somewhere to do something and then I got distracted by the giant worm. To be fair, it's very distracting.
Crippling the target. Follow up. Come on.
How do I change to a different body part? Oh, found it.
Crippling the target. Follow up. Come on. I'm in trouble. Heal me. Mess with me and you get the Akasura cannon. Flying beyond. You've got nice work.
There we go. Forgot how to lock onto body parts. For my editor lady, I've been messing around with. I don't feel like any of the available voices suit her. The last time I hopped onto Bully Golden as a header with a mature voice. However, at max female height, she's still dwarfed by Melcross. We're supposed to be the same height in game when she's supposed to be quite tall. We're not talking Zack or Shun tall, but still, yeah. There are 2 worms. Fun times are for days. You have entered the worm zone. I did. Yeah, that was twin mode right there. When Lao busts out, it's the square-looking chest. It just opens up. Yeah, that was my guess. You're right, actually. I forget. Because they don't show him going in it, but then it falls over and he goes onto the ground. It's like the funniest moment in the game. Like, it wasn't funny at the time, but I love looking at that GIF. Just because I love seeing Lao eat shit. Like, it feels so good. I get amused by the weirdest things, I realize. But I just found it funny. Oh, it's nighttime. I need it to be daytime. Shoot. Is there like a base camp around here that I can switch the time at? Could have sworn there was like a base near the lake. I'll always feel bad for what I did to Fry, but never for what I did to Lao. I don't even think I should feel bad, because if it was really petty, I wouldn't have treated him with respect at all. But I was like, nah, I'll give it a shot. I'll write him to at least be interesting, like a good villain. If people think that he was a pretty good villain, then I'm like, I'm satisfied with that. Just get out of the way. I don't want to talk to you. I remember actually I needed to farm these things for the Star Wings, the Aviators, because there was some super weapon or something that needed those to build it. Okay, let's change the time to morning. Fry was such a good dude. Lao, yeah. I mean, I guess it's a personal thing. It's just really weird seeing people defend Lao. Like, say that, no, he was right. I guess it's a case-by-case basis, and I can't say that no one likes him. I don't have an issue with people liking him, I just don't understand what the appeal is. You know, beyond the physical appeal, because people talk up, down, left, right, and center about how attractive he is. I don't personally see it. But okay, that's something that you can have feelings on. It's something that I've never been able to understand. But I guess the easiest way to understand it is simply people just like him. It's a personal preference thing, I guess. I mean, nothing much you can do about that, really. Nothing you should do about that. Just something that's like, I'll never understand. That's fine. Fine with me. But, like, it's not that bugs me, it's just seeing people, like, defend his viewpoint and say that he was right, and I'm like, but was he? That's the kind of stuff that really bugs me. I remember I saw someone post. I don't even remember where I saw this because it wasn't on a YouTube video. I don't think it was on Twitter. I saw like someone make a thread about how similar Shulk and Lao are in like their philosophies, and I was like, Shulk and Lao? Are you sure that's not misspelling of something?
I never imagined this is where life was going to take me.
Like, huh? It was an odd comparison someone made, to be honest. And like, I read the post like halfway through, and I was like, I don't want to read any more of this. Like, I don't. It didn't make any sense to me. Can I ask how? Yeah, exactly. Maybe I could find the post again and give it a look again. It was, I can't remember exactly what it was about. Something about the way that they both approached revenge, but then they did it differently. Because, like, Shulk didn't go through with it in the end. You know, he didn't take out his vengeance on Egil or the other he didn't even take his vengeance on Metalface. For his reasons. But, I mean, Lao was rooted in logic. I mean, Shulk was rooted in logic. Everything about Lao's approach was very flawed. Because I don't, like, here's the thing about it. Like, he betrays humanity and joins with the aliens that wiped out humanity because he doesn't like the way that Elma saved humanity. But then he betrays the aliens that wiped out humanity to help Elma because they wiped out humanity. Like, I'm not wrong. That's what he says. Like, at the end of the game when he stabs Luxar, he says that he's betraying them again, and his reasons are because of everybody that they killed. But he betrayed humanity and Blade because everybody was killed. And, yeah, like, it hurts my brain trying to rationalize it, honestly. Because I'm not misreading it. That's what he says at the end of the game. It hurts my brain. Southwest corner. Never eat sour weenies. Southwest is over here. I think. Here it is. Yeah, this is where I wanted to come. It's a complicated mess when you put it like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I'm simplifying it, but also I know it's... guess who's here? There he is! Hello! Mr. Man, Mr. Very Important Man.
My adrenaline's rising. I'm in trouble. Heal me. Lock him down. Roast that. Thank you. I figured you'd win. Nice work.
There he is, got him. That's who I was looking for. I was trying to remember where he was. And he's dead, and so we never have to worry about that arc of chapters ever again. Resolved it. Took 10 seconds. Yeah, so for the remnants, originally, for the original series of fics I created a whole bunch of Milsaldi, Prone, and Marnuk generals, and then I put them together, and I was like, here, these are what's left of what's it called? Of the ganglion. But then I realized, because I didn't like the names that I gave them, because I made up a bunch of names, and I'm like, but like, in universe, I feel like the names are a lot more thematic with each other, and I don't think mine fit at all. So I was like, oh, well, then I'll just use ones in game. So I picked two Milsaldi, 2 Prone, 2 Definians, and 2 Marnuks, I think. And I just decided, okay, you guys are now important. You're the villains of the story. So for the Milsaldi, it was Badul the One-Eyed is the leader, Chantal, the Insect Maiden. She's the one that you fight in Cauldros. She's in one of the buildings up top, I think. You fight her alongside a bunch of bugs, a bunch of insect creatures. She's another one. Langle, the alien payload, is a prone who's on the group. I think he's in Primordia. He's like a level 15. Like a level 15. Oh, I can give orders if I gotta do that.
They're off guard. Melee attack.
Prone, level 15 prone. He's really low level. I think he's a prone. He's either a prone or a Marnock, but he's really weak.
Now, melee attacks. No! Take this! Too easy. Nice job. Nice work.
I forget who I chose to be the prone representation. Not the prone, the Finian.
It begins. Engaging. Lay down some fire source. I'll blast a hole right through. Side
Actually, Nahum the red hair. Who's Nahum the red hair? The one that comes in the super boss Nardaki on the Shadowless. I think she's in Milsadi too, so that puts it at 3 members, 3 Milsadis and the Remnants.
I figured we'd win.
We got him. Let's move.
Hey, where'd it go? Follow ball, come back! Oh, well, that was useful. No, Elma's having fun. Just Tokyo drifting all over the place. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Gosh, this follow ball is very... very confusing. What's it doing? I'm pretty sure you could go in a straight line. You don't need to do any of this fancy what's it. Oh, it only appears during Rising Energy Mist.
It didn't have to be like this.
Leave me alone, aliens. So then where are you taking me if it only appears during a Rising Energy Mist? It's probably taking me to this... Oh, hey, hello.
Strike up close for an adrenaline boost. Oh, great.
I missed. I don't know how you missed sitting on me.
Shadow strike. Ready? Let's see the victory is within reach. Time for overdrive. Defensive stand. Violent out. Melee attack.
What else is attacking me? Oh, another one.
Primer. Rising blade. Too easy. Move in on the next one. Now it's my turn. Scream over here.
I forgot that they do those little emotes. It's funny. How do you look at those again? It's been a long time since I played the game. I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, apparently the follow ball is just having a blast. Alright, so I can't do this mission because the Rising Energy Mist is not around anymore. How about you? Oh, it doesn't say. Okay, well that one doesn't have a specification, so that's good. Inoculum. Oblivia, Cauldros. Well, I mean, let's go to Cauldros. I haven't been there yet. We'll focus on that one first. Enemy index. Is that one in the enemy index? Oh yeah, I could probably find them here. Unless I... Volcanon Monosaurus. How is there something still new? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he looks pretty wild, huh? One eye. I think all of Nosali have one eye, though, right? Weird, right? That it's just this guy here, normal enemy, level 46 tyrant, and yet he's like the whole thing over the second resurgence of the ganglion in my fix. It's like because of him, they all try to come back and start shit. Oh, it's because the other ones have hoods on. Sharnak the technician. Yeah, you're not one I used. Oh, do all of them have hoods except for him? Oh, here she is. Chantal, the insect maiden. Yeah, she was the other one. Yeah, but she still has the hood. Proto-Battler. Robber. Astron. Yeah, he's the only one without a hood. That's cool, actually. Yeah. I think they're like robotic and organic or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember the lore. But they're pretty cool. I like them. Respect, he's got heals. He rocks those heals. I like it. A race of silicon-based organisms not unlike machines. Pain is a sensation they can disable, thus eliminating any and all fear of battle. They boast remarkable skill in close-range combat, which is why the ganglion used them to carry out high-profile assassinations. As hunting is regarded as a sacred act, Nosali generally confront even the largest of prey armed only with close-quarters weapons. This custom is the reason of their mastery of melee combat, though their own reflexes also make them excellent scout pilots. On their home planet of Bidwai, the Nosali made up only a fraction of the population, the majority of which were enslaved aliens that toiled under totalitarian rule. So yeah, that explanation makes Badul all the more threatening. Yeah, it's none of those three. So I think it's a prone. Yeah, there he is. Langle, the alien payload. Level 11. I think it's interesting that he's level 11, but he, in my opinion, he was one of my favorite fights to write ever. The battle against Langle in Xenoblade Chronicles Mira during the mission chapter was like not Mira, Skulls and Love was like one of my absolute favorite fights to write. Because of his name, I gave him a buttload of weapons. He's got like a ton of gigantic heavy guns, and he's got super heavy armor that they couldn't penetrate. So I was all trying to figure out how to do that in order to defeat him. It's a really big fight. It was like the center point for the chapter before everything went wrong in the end, when Badul and his people actually took to the field. I think this one was it. WR512 Urdu. I think that's the one that's in the remnants. That name looks familiar. Yeah, I think that's the one's it. Oh yeah, Gulata, there she is. Is Gizong not on here? Do I have to fight him again? Before he gets registered? It's a Siluth. Oh, these guys. These enemies are pretty cool, honestly. Oh, Piotr the Shepherd is the first one, really? I kind of wish more enemies had these little additional details thing, because they're really interesting. Lives in the depths of Nogthums, he's peaceful. It's usually reserved for like a few bosses, and the super bosses have their own thing as well. There he is. 800,000, huh? Yeah, this thing, oh boy. It's got eyes all over its body, that's messed up. The catalyst of that entire arc, yeah. It's funny, originally there wasn't even supposed to be a Chimera there, it was just a Grex Tyrant, there was nothing special about it, but then I thought, you know what, let's go all out, let's make this little arc in between the Earth stuff and the Janix stuff, let's make it matter. And then I came up with the idea of using Lugabanda, the Chimera, fucking up the ecosystem. And yeah, that fight against this thing was kind of nuts to write. Once again, my main issue with writing the fight against this guy was that I forgot what these things are capable of, the Chimeras, in terms of what they could do. The only thing I knew was obviously he has this terrible eye ability that he can influence and control people. But the rest of his stuff I just made up, because I don't remember what he could do, like shooting ether out of the eyes all over its body, and all that kind of stuff. It's a debilitating roar that causes everyone to stagger. Stuff like that. I kept it really simple to stuff I think a monster like this could do. So, and yeah, the way that Elma killed it is still one of my favorite things ever, just to write and imagine. Because, like, she cut this thing up bad. Like, its head is already split in pieces. She cut the thing off. Yeah, yeah. It was able to force its will on everything. It was even able, at the end of the battle, it summoned a few Milsaurs, which were the ones that shot down Nagi's knights, because they were totally unexpected. And at that point, it's like, well, the battle's lost, there's no winning, and then Fry showed up and saved the day. You should take me to Cauldros. Just Elma and Janix running around. It's almost like the fic in real life. Also, it's been 3 hours since I've been streaming. I should probably stop soon. It's weird. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything important in the game, you know. I'm just running around, talking. Like, I guess this was actually supposed to be more AMAE, of people asking me questions, but I've just been talking non-stop for 4 hours, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if there's anything to ask that wasn't, like, I don't know, anything that interests anyone that they want to know. Because, I mean, I've talked about my feelings of the game so many times, I don't think, like, I mean, I don't think there's anything, I don't think I'm breaking any new ground with any of my opinions, to be honest. I think most people already have their opinions, and like they know what I think, and either they're fine with it and they don't care, or they think I'm dumb and that like I'm wrong or something. I don't know. Yeah, it really is. I'm trying to remember the last open world game that I played. but I don't really play open world games a lot. Like to be honest, I don't like open world games. I think open world games
Got him. Let's move.
generally they feel like a lot of nothing, you know? Like between events. Like they really need to have a good world and setting to interest me.
Didn't have to.
So Breath of the Wild and this game, even though they were open world, I was able to get into them in hours because it was Zelda and Xenoblade. So they had that advantage with them. But most open world games I'm just not into. I tried Final Fantasy 15 and I just got bored of it. Which sucked because I wanted to know more about the story because I mean, I don't know, people said people looked to be having fun with the story. I mean, people looked like they liked it. It sounded interesting, but like the gameplay loop to get through the story was really unengaging for me, and I just couldn't get into it. I was like, I don't really like this. So like I stopped playing it super early on. Like the side quest system in that game also wasn't really good. I didn't like doing side quests. I don't know how necessary side quests are for progression, but if I ever go back to Final Fantasy 15, I'm definitely not going to do any side quests. I think I'm just going to focus on the story, if I ever go back to it. I don't know, something about navigating the world, too, was weird. And also, it's weird because Final Fantasy 15 did a really strange thing with how you level up in that game. Where, I'm not even hitting this thing. Where you fight enemies and it stores EXP in like a bank, but you don't actually get it until you go to camp. Then when you make camp and rest, then they give you all the EXP you have stored, and that levels you up. Which is bizarre, you know? Bizarre. Yeah, I want to play Breath of the Wild again. I should do that. That should be one of the next games I pick back up, you know? That's kind of like Xenoblade 2. Kind of, except that in Xenoblade 2, you actually did get EXP. And then you could set bonus EXP to go to the inn. But in Final Fantasy 15, you didn't get any EXP. It didn't matter how many enemies you killed, you wouldn't level up. Your EXP would just go into storage until you went and got it out. If that makes any sense. I like the bonus EXP thing in Xenoblade 2, and I'm glad they brought it back for Xenoblade Definitive. I just think it's cool. Because while I never had an issue with it, people did say that doing the side quests made them all super over-leveled, and it like took a lot of fun out of the game, since they just kind of like herb stomping everything. So having the option to like disable quest EXP and have you control your level definitely helps a lot. So I think if anyone still had issues with that, it would probably have been resolved by that addition, which is really nice. Oh my gosh, no, 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 no. This place is terrifying. So yeah, 4 years later, I didn't have the people of the world go into Cauldros or Silva and be like, yeah, I don't think we have to populate those worlds. Probably not a good idea. Oh, there's those lava eater things. Gosh, Xenoblade X had weird enemies. And those things. Those things. This world is weird. This world sucks. Is the song cliche? Yes, but it's absolutely telling you facts when it tells you that this world sucks. Because this world sucks. I actually got really far in I mean, I beat Breath of the Wild. I found all the shrines, I got the final reward. I did everything, and then my file vanished. I wish I was joking. Like, I got everything in freaking Breath of the Wild, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, I'm the best. But then, like, I don't know where my data went. I don't know what switch it was on. I thought it was supposed to be on this switch, my switch. So I put the game in, I put someone else's copy. Because I don't have my own copy. No, 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 absolutely not. No, not that, not the Koroks. No way. But, like I turned on my Switch and I was like, all right, so let me, and then I got my sister's copy of Breath of the Wild. I put it in. I'm like, let's play Breath of the Wild. And I loaded up my game and it was like, all right, you're at the beginning of the game. You have like 6 hearts. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I beat the game and I have all the hearts. I got everything. Where's all my stuff? And I don't know what happened to my game. I don't know what happened to my file. Who's attacking me? Yeah, I can't get these zigs. They're out of range. Are you attacking me up there? Is something attacking me, or am I just taking damage from the weather? Oh, I can tell her to exit her skull. Alright, cool. Where are all these enemies coming from? Thank you, Elma. It's also raining fire. Yeah, I kind of just noticed that.
Here we go. Let's see. They're off guard. Stack them with a melee attack. I'll make them stop. That put it down. Move in and keep the rhythm going. I hope you're ready for this. Nice job. Nice work.
Thank you. Love that positive reinforcement. Makes me feel like I'm not a failure. I'm not in the mood. I need to find Angelita the Blade Bouquet. Boom! And the fight ended just as it was starting. I was seeing all those miss icons appear over Elma. I'm like, good try. This is like the fic in real life again. I really like it. Oh, I thought you were who I was looking for.
Time to get serious. I'm good
This
to
is
go.
not the droid we're looking for.
They're off guard. Stack them with a melee attack. I'll make them stop. Now, melee attacks. No! Take this! Nice job. Nice work.
Easy peasy. Alright, follow ball, are we in the right place? And it does want us to go up the mountain. Can I look at the map and see how far away this is? Oh, that is far away. I'm gonna go take my scout. I thought it was in the base for some reason. Gamepad's running out of batteries. So I guess that'll be the end of the stream. Let's go kill this unique, and then that'll be the end. Unless the gamepad dies before I get a chance. The emotes are on the gamepad. The Zern. That reminds me, Leviel the Terminus is also one of the, Ah, here we go. Follow ball, where is he? Huh? Is it the flower? It's the flower, the blade bouquet. How do I get to it? Is it in here? Yep, here we go. Shit, get out of the water, Janix! I didn't know the pool was that deep. I thought it was gonna be a really small lake. How do I switch weapons again? Gosh dang, this water's really annoying. Yes, thank you. Come closer to me. I clearly can't go over there to you.
Ready? Let's do this big one within reach. Time for overdrive. Shadow strike. Defensive stamp. Sliding swing. Blossom dance. Go back and close the gap. Right here. Now, hard. That's not okay. You can do it. Nice. Thank you. Light as a feather. Rising blaze.
Is being mean to Nopon make that dumb? That's the only reason, because being mean to you? Gosh dang, you Nopon are all maniacs. Nopon are petty as heck.
Over here.
There we go, yeah, you're right. Okay, it's on the gamepad. Cool.
Wow. Hey there.
Alright, well, I guess let's quick travel back to NLA and I can end this. Oh, wait. It died right as I was trying to do that. I was clicking on the map. Give me a second. There was something that was going to stop this stream, and it's battery life. The stream's still running, right? Nothing broke? It'd be funny if something did. We bought friendship. I remember that. Hard to forget. Wasn't there a mission that ended like... That mission with the strange aliens and Sylvalum, where you were finding their graves, and it ended with like, I guess the treasure was us the whole time, or something stupid like that. I remember. I thought that was funny. Something to that effect. anything. So I forgot to mention, I was kind of worried that the game would like, crash because I have what's the word? Because the Wii U's just been crashing all the time when I'm playing. Where's the thing? Here we go. Donkey Kong. So I was like, oh, is this a Wii U thing or a DK thing? I think I can safely say it's a DK thing because so far I have no problems playing Xenoblade. And I didn't test it with anything else because I don't have any other Wii U games here. I mean, I do. It's just I don't want to take them out. We put them in the box. And the box not closed. I'm just lazy. Pepsi Man. That's the planet's guardian. Get off my lawn. Love in the orchard, learning to share. Wait, what? How long is the gold nemesis around? Oh, only 7 more hours? Yeah, that list at the beginning of the game, that I guess when it's full it means that we defeated it. Yeah, geez, when was the last time a gold nemesis was defeated? Given how few people are actually acting on it. It's interesting. All the squad tasks are done. Dang, how do I look at what they are? Oh no, not the manual! Not the manual! I don't need to see the manual. I mean, I forgot the entire game, so maybe I should look at the manual, but I still think it gets hacked to death sometimes. Oh, right, of course. I remember that being an issue back in the day. We just got a gold nemesis and like 5 minutes later it was defeated. And it's like, hey, people kind of want to play it. Here's my gear here. What I've got. Whoa, do I have the... This is fashion gear right here. Probably the Rain was one of my favorite ones. The other one that I really liked was probably one of the more basic ones. I can't remember what it was called though. It was super basic, so I'm pretty sure I can find it. This is the bodywear, right? I think it's just the bodywear. That's probably the one I like the most. It's purely because the bodywear arms look really cool. I mean, they don't really look cool. Oh yeah, the Skell suit too. She had the default Skell suit because she was in the Skell. Yeah, I think it's the arms. Let me see. Yeah, these arms that go with the bodywear. I really like them. It's because the lines in the outfit along the arms give the illusion of muscle definition. So that's what I really like about them. Since there's like no definition for that in game. I would go for it, but I think it's handier to have a full squad of people. So I don't think it's a good idea to go fight the Telethi all by myself. And well, I could go in with the Ares and just kick its ass like that, but where's the fun in that? Oh, skills. Gigi, I forgot sometimes people called it that. That's funny. Ooh. Speaking of that, that was something I wanted to check. Where is it? Oh! It was a Xenoblade thing. Oh, what a bummer. What an absolute shame. Oh, it sucks so bad. I was like, can I do like fashion gear weapons? That sucks. You can't. Not in this game. That's a bummer. Because like, if I could, I would absolutely change my sword to be something else. Once again, not that I dislike the receding rust, just that the other ones look really cool. Look at that thing. It's awesome. Look at a chainsaw. Or like laser technology. Guess I have a... Ooh, my gosh, I have way too much stuff on my person.
Strike up close for an adrenaline boost.
Alright, this stuff is always cool. Soul Voices, that's the name of the next story. Don't forget. Alright, I ranked up everything. I was gonna look for something. Where is it? I see the other crosses here. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. Oh, it all lights up. More angst and pain for what? I didn't say anything. Did I not get all the story achievements yet? Oh, online missions. This kind of story? Rises the Blood Lobster. No, I'm good. Don't want to do that. Oh, right, yeah, of course, the main quest and stuff. Yeah. October 23rd, 2016 was when I started Janix's story. 2016, damn. October 23rd. And then I finished it December 17th, so like 2 months later. Delivered a final blow to a global nemesis. That's not happening. Huh. Did I complete the Collectopedia? I didn't. What am I missing? Is just the fawn up there? Do I have it? Don't. Eh. Wow, really? That's it? I guess, yeah, the Collectopedia is not good. I'm missing a single animal in Cauldros. There's a little creature out there somewhere that has to be found. Yeah, I noticed you logged out. Like, I saw it said that you joined the squad, you scouted Janix, and I saw you leave the squad. So you're probably out. No problem. It's no problem. It's just interesting to look at all this stuff and see what state I left this game in so many months ago. Years ago, actually, at this point. It's fascinating. I'm holding almost 500 ranged weapons, 400 melee weapons, almost 500 pieces of armor, 600 skell weapons. Just like, I have way too much shit on me. I don't even know what this stuff is for here. The precious resources, but it's all maxed out. Augments. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is what happens. This is how you save stuff up. Without even really meaning to. What's social? I can see everyone who's on the squad right now. The friends list. No one's here. There's Paige. The one I kept mixing up with Thade. There's Shun. He's actually in the game. I mean, he's actually in the story. Remember, he helped everybody fight that awesome fight where all the crosses were involved. There's Flame. She was in the story too, while we were on Earth. Hey, here's Cruz. Oh, I know, yeah, right. I was playing around with that file, and I was playing Janix and Cruz in the file. And like I swapped them around. I had Janix use Cruz's hair colors, and I had Cruz use her hair colors. That's funny. I have no way of changing that file anytime soon. Oh, there's Mavis. I was wondering where she was. Ooh, cat feet. Rothian armor. Very interesting stuff. Big Newton. Oh yeah, Athena. I remember that one. Yep, just like how I remember. Full Metal Jaguar. And also Pongo. We just saw Pongo. Because he's always here. He's always here. Sideshells and favorites? I wonder when that happened. Oh, he made a Malus looking guy. I remember Sai was always changing his character. Did that a lot. Oh, she said to someone else. That's strange. I checked last night too. Oh, I didn't know you had someone else. Or did I? I remember seeing someone playing the game recently, but then again it was on Twitter. Never mind. I'm probably thinking of something else. I see the game pop up every so often, like on Twitter, which is weird because it's never by someone I'm following. It's like someone I'm following is following, which is really bizarre. I don't know why it shows up on my feed. The top of the leaderboards are always full of cheaters. 12,000 place. I did pretty well. Online missions. Number of swimsuits obtained. Times fell into a pit. Potty wipes. Number of times scouted. Number of times scouting others. How many times have I been scouted? Or at least Janix. Oops. $52. Not bad. Alright, I think we're up on 3.5 hours. I think that's a good place. Who's in here? What? Who's this? Oh. That's very confused. I'm like, why is someone else in here? No one else should be in here. That was weird. It's Zeta? Who's Zeta? Flame. Yeah. Oh, that's her name?